The struggles are very important and, in some respects, very sharp. The attack on democracy from the far right is vicious, ongoing, and we are responding. We ain't taking it laying down. You know that Mr. Trump was arraigned yesterday in Georgia, as he should have been. But Trump is just the tip of a huge iceberg of far right, racist, fascist, sexist, homophobic, anti immigrant uh, movement in this country that's being promoted and organized by big business. And while they're going after the head of it, Trump, the forces behind it are big business. And they're going after abortion rights, as you know. And they're going after voting rights, as you know. And they're going after your right to health care. And they got rid of your right to the child tax credit and the right to collectively bargain and organize. They went after the student debt. The president and his vice president, Mr. Biden, and Vice President Harris, and the Democratic majority in Congress as a result of the People's Movement. And I believe one of the representatives from Connecticut, Delora, is that her name, passed that child tax credit, which brought millions of children out of poverty. And do you know what they did? They took it away and they gave it to the military budget. $1 trillion now being spent, that exact amount of money, or very close to it, I don't think I'm exaggerating, was applied over and above what the president wanted to give to the Defense Department for the military budget, which was too much from Jump Street. It was way too much, and that's a crime, and they added insult to that injury. And so it's really important for us as we walk down the path to the convention to engage in all of the big struggles that are taking place in this country. And there are class struggles that are taking place in the trade union movement. The Teamsters just won a big victory. Hallelujah. They got they passed that contract by something like 85%. They got rid of the two-tier wages for full-timers and so on and so forth. Yeah, there's some work that still needs to be done, but nevertheless, that was a big victory. And now the auto workers, I believe on the 14th of September, that contract is going to be up. And they too have a two-tier wage system that they're trying to get rid of, and they're asking for a 40% raise. And those younger workers, they making $15-20 an hour against older workers who are making $45-50 an hour. Making super profits off of the labor of younger workers, and they got to build labor youth unity on the picket line, and in order to strengthen their ranks and compel, and that's what they're going to have to do, compel a contract that's worth voting on from the big three auto corporations. I heard tell that the president of the UAW said that contract that they offered, the first opening bid, he said it wasn't worth the paper it was written on, and they took the goddamn thing and he threw it in the trash. and so they're not playing, and neither should we. We got to do a lot of strike support should they go out on strike, and we got to vocally express our solidarity as we prepare for it, just like we did with the UPS workers. And then there's going to be a lot of voter registration, a lot of voter education as we proceed on the path towards our convention and next year's election. This pre-convention period between now and June of 2024 has to be built in struggle. And we know y'all going to do that in Connecticut. Our party has to play a particular role in this fight. We have to fight to unify the party. We have to fight to unify the working class by taking up the issues that are in front of the class as a whole, not just one section of it, but the class as a whole. That means we got to fight for abortion rights. We got to fight for immigrant rights. We got to fight for rights of the African American and Latino Asian peoples. We've got to fight for LGBTQ rights. They're going after trans rights like nobody's business, trying to single out people for who they are and who they want to be. We're not going to accept it. And it's only by doing that, by taking up the special interests of each, that we can unite the class as a whole, you know? We can unite the class as a whole, you know? And that whole is greater, as they say, than its parts. And that unified whole is going to be a hell of a force to be reckoned with come November 2024 as we work to defeat the fascist danger. And that's exactly what it is, coming from the extreme right and the MAGA movement led by Donald Trump himself, backed by big business. So listen, comrades, have a great week and have a great meeting. I understand that y'all going to be marching to a go back to school picnic at the end of the meeting. You're marching in step with us in DC. You're marching to the drumbeat of justice and to the drumbeat of peace and to the drumbeat of freedom represented and spoken so eloquently by Martin Luther King Jr. back in 1963. And that drumbeat is echoed through the decades, and it's echoing from the streets of Washington all the way up through to the People's Center in New Haven, Connecticut. Take care, comrades. Have a great meeting, and we'll see you down the road. Take care, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with you this morning. Wish I was there, but once again, both Rosanna and I and our entire leadership are there with you in spirit. Bye now.